Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off the dishwasher's water supply underneath the sink. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Maytag Dishwasher Discharge Housing Gasket. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new Discharge Housing Gasket. The Discharge Housing Gasket is located inside the pump assembly. The main reason you'll be changing it out is if it's torn or damaged. In order to get to the part, we have to open up the dishwasher door, pull the lower rack out, and set it aside. Now that we have the lower dish rack out of the way, we can remove the spray arm. First thing we're going to do is unscrew this retaining nut and pull it out. Once you have the nut off, you can reach in and lift the spray arm assembly out and set it aside. Now that we have the spray arm assembly out of the way, we can reach in with a Torque 20 driver and remove all the screws that holds the filter in. Now that we have all the screws out, we can reach in and kind of shake the filter to break it free. Once you have it loose, you can lift it up. And there's a couple split rings right here in the filter. You want to take those out. You want to make sure you don't lose them. Once you have the split rings out, you can pull the filter assembly out of the dishwasher. Now we can take out the inner filter. It's just pressed into the groove in the pump. So all you have to do is lift up on it, pull it out, and set it aside. Once you have the filter out of the way, we can take this nozzle off and set it aside. And then we can take the inner arm off and set it aside. Now that we have everything out of the way, we're going to reach in with a needle nose and loosen up this nut that holds the support onto the pump. It just turns counterclockwise. All you have to do is loosen and unscrew it. Once you have it broke free, you can just reach in and unscrew it. Once you have it off, you can pull it out and then lift the support out. Now we can reach in with our 5/16 nut driver and take out the 3 screws that hold in the top of the pump. Once you have all 3 screws out, we can lift it off. Now that we have the housing off, we can take the gasket out. It's in this little groove right here. If yours is torn or damaged, all you have to do is pull it out. If you can't get it out, you may have to get in there with a small flathead screwdriver and kind of pop it out. Once you have it loose, you can just pull it out of the housing. Here's the old discharge housing gasket next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. Now we can put the new gasket into the housing. You'll notice it's kind of a square-shaped gasket, so you just want to put it into the groove and work it around the housing. When you get to the other side at the last little bit, you just want to stretch it out and put it in the last little bit of the groove. Don't roll it in, just stretch it out and put it into the groove. Otherwise you'll get some twists in the gasket. Once you have it in the groove, you can take your flathead screwdriver and carefully push it all the way down until it bottoms out. Just want to make sure you don't damage it. Once you have it seated down into the housing, we can put it back into the dishwasher. Since we have the pump taken apart, we took the opportunity to clean the sump and the screens as best we could so that everything continues to work properly. Once you have everything cleaned up, you can put the housing back on the pump. You want to line up the screw holes and the tabs, make sure it drops down. Once you have it in place, we can put the 3 screws in and tighten them down with our 5/16" nut driver. Now that we have the housing back in, we can put the filter back in. As long as you have this out, you want to make sure you clean it up also. Once you have that in place, we can put the spray arm support in. All you have to do is set that down on top of the housing. Now that we have the support in, we can put this inner spray arm in. There are notches on it. You want to make sure that you line it up and make sure it goes all the way down. Once you have the arm on, we can replace the nut to hold everything down. Should be able to tighten it down by hand, but if you can't, you can use a needle nose to tighten it down. Just be careful, it is plastic. Once you have the nut tightened down, we can put the nozzle in. All you have to do is set it on top. Once you have the nozzle in, we can put the filter assembly in. When you put the filter assembly in, you want to make sure that this hole is at 6 o'clock so that these two nozzles are aligned with the pump openings. Now that we have the filter assembly in, we're going to go around and put all the screws in, and then we can use our Torque 20 driver to tighten them down. Now that we have the filter assembly in, we can put the split ring bearings in. You want to make sure you offset the openings, and you can just set them down in the top of the filter assembly. To put the spray arm back in, there are flats on each side and little tabs that have to go into the openings. So you want to make sure those line up and the spray arm goes all the way down. Once you have the spray arm on, we can put the nut back in that holds it in place. Now that we have the pump assembly put back together, we can put the lower dish rack back into the dishwasher. All you have to do is set it onto the door and slide it back into place. Once you have that in, you can close the dishwasher door, plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.